100 years ago today, a group of women and their foreman in southeast London were at work in a military factory when an explosion claimed many of their lives. Today, relatives of the dead gathered at the local St Augustine's church to remember what happened. Slade Green was there and spoke to them.
Some of the women employed at the W.V. Gilbert factory in Slade Green after World War I. It was their job to break down trench warfare munitions, dangerous but rewarding work. And on the 18th of February in 1924, disaster struck. This was the aftermath of an explosion that left 12 of the women and their foreman dead.
The youngest girl there is 16 years old.
Mike Smith's aunt, Amelia, was among those killed.
It was my father's sister. He was 10 years old when it happened. She was 18. With her friends, got a job at the munitions factory on Slade Green marshes. She went in that day. There was a massive explosion and she lost her life at 18 years old.
Tens of thousands of people attended the joint funeral service for some of the women back in 1924. Today, Mike brought relatives together once again to remember those lost 100 years on.
Alice Smithson Sweeney, and she was my dad's youngest sister. Was it her first day at work? She hadn't been there long, had she?
No.
She hadn't been there long, I don't think,
Yeah.
and then it all happened.
My great aunt was Alice Maud Harvey. My grandmother, her sister Catherine and her brother Ted, they lived quite elderly lives and they lived to good age and they all had a family. And Alice didn't, and I find that quite poignant.
No definite cause for the explosion was ever established, but an inquest recommended all work of an explosive nature carried out by private firms should now be under the Explosives Act, providing more protection for workers in the future. For Mike and other relatives of those who died, it's important they continue to be remembered for the sacrifice they made in the aftermath of the war. Slade Green, BBC London.